Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing an updated what's on my iPhone, and I've done one of these in the past and you guys seem to like it, so I thought I would do another one. And I've got the iPhone 5 and I'm waiting to upgrade to the iPhone 6. I don't know exactly when it's coming out, but I know it will come soon, so I don't want to splash out on the 5S because I still like my iPhone 5 and it works fine. So I've got just a normal iPhone 5 and I really like it. I think it's one of the best phones that Apple has made so far. This one has lasted me so well. It's still quite fast even though I've had it for nearly 2 years now. At the moment I don't have any cases on it, but I will show you some of my favorites, and this is one of my favorite cases. I got it from Boots, and yeah, it's just a plain case. It's quite rubbery on the outside and it protects the phone quite well. Another case I really like is this case here that I got from a website called My Trendy Phone. It's a case and a charger all in one, so you plug your phone in there and it will charge your phone, and if you click here you can see how much battery you've got left. I've got a full review of this case on my blog, so I'll leave the link down below to it. My other case that I like is this case here that I got from Not On The Highstreet, and you basically design whatever you want to have written, and I just put the things I love. The only problem is that I broke it, a little bit of a chip there, so yeah, that's not very good, so I'm not using that one as much because it's broken. And my last favorite case is one that I've shown you very recently, and it's my Chanel bottle of perfume case. I really like this case. The only problem with it is that it makes the iPhone a lot bigger, a lot wider, so you can't fit it in your pocket, but if it's in my handbag I don't mind it that much. But it is a very pretty case. So these are the cases that I like most of the time, and right now, like I said, I don't have any cases on my phone. Let's get started. So I've just got a plain wallpaper. I change this all the time because I just can't stick to one, so I just like something that fades from bright to dark or dark to bright. Unlock my phone, and the background that I've got at the moment is just a picture of white sand and the sea because I'm in a very summery mood. On the first page I've got just the apps that I use the most and probably several times a day. So on the first row I've got Settings, Blog Lovin', Fantastical and Clock. I won't go through the sort of like standard apps because I know you know what Settings is and what Clock is, but I'll go through the ones that I have downloaded that I find that are very useful. So Blog Lovin' I use to read blogs, and this is my favorite way to catch up with blogs. It's just very, very easy. You sign up with email and you type in the name of the blog that you want to follow and you press follow and you get a feed of all of the new posts. I'm on Blog Lovin' as well, so if you want to follow me I'll have the link down below, or you can just search for La Beauty Girl on Blog Lovin'. Fantastical is one of my favorite apps. It is replacing the standard calendar app that came with the iPhone, because when they updated to the new iOS 7 I just really don't like the new calendar app, so I've been using Fantastical, which I much prefer, and it's just so easy to see, you know, all your recent commitments and things that you've got to do. And yeah, I just find it really easy to use. If you want to add an event, for example, if I want to add something today, I just press the plus button, and as I type, so if I type anything like meet Matthew, it just sort of types in underneath, and I think that's really cool. And if you put in a place like in, in London, it will understand that that's a location and it won't type in into your event. It will actually type in as a location there. So I think that's really nice and it works really well. On my next row here I've got Box, App Store, Google Maps and Weather. Box is an app that I use to transfer pictures and documents between my computer, my iPad and my iPhone. I find that much easier than bothering sending attachments via email or anything else. I used to use Dropbox, but Dropbox only gives you, I think it's about 2 gig free, and that's not enough because I transfer lots of high quality pictures from my camera. So I found Box, and when I did, it was around about Christmas time, and they were giving loads of space for free. I think it was about 50 gig, and yeah, I just thought that was great. So then next I've got App Store, Google Maps and Weather, my Photos, YouTube app, Notes and Static. Static is an app that I use every single day, and if you're a blogger or if you're very into your social media, you would definitely need to download Static. I have done a review of this app on my blog because I thought it was just so useful and not many people knew about it. But the way it works is that it tracks all your social media real time pretty much. There's probably a delay of about 15-10 minutes, but you can track your Google Analytics for that day to see how your blog is doing, see how your website is doing. You can see your subscribers on YouTube, and you can see your total views. You can see how you're doing on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So to add more, you just go to the plus here and you add any other social medias that you want to track: Tumblr, Google+, LinkedIn, Foursquare. I really recommend downloading Static. It's really handy. And I've got Instagram, and I'm absolutely obsessed with Instagram. I just post pretty much every day, lots of selfies, lots of pictures of beauty and food. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, my username is LaBeautyGirl. So then I've got WhatsApp, which I use to communicate with my friends and family. Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter if you want to follow me on Twitter. My username is LaBeautyGirl as well, and I tweet a fair bit. I don't tweet as much as I used to. I'm a lot more into Instagram now, but I still do tweet a lot. Facebook. Viber is an app that I use to call my mum in Brazil because I can place phone calls over the internet for free, and as you can see, I only pretty much call my mum and my sister, and the quality of the calls are generally really good. Then I've got Calculator, National Rail, which I use to check the train times and when I go into London. I've got Camera. Then I've got underneath here on the sort of like the permanent row, I've got Phone, Mail, Messages and Safari. I also use FaceTime via the phone app and Contacts as well, so I don't keep my Contacts and FaceTime apps on my homepage because it just takes up room, and you can just check them via the phone. So then onto the second page, I've got Shazam, which is the app that everyone knows probably by now, but you just basically, you can, if you hear a song playing, you just press Shazam and it will tell you which song it's playing, and it's just absolutely amazing. Then I've got Sky Plus, which is, if you've got Sky TV, it's an app that you can use to set things to record. So for example, if you're not at home and you're a Game of Thrones addict and you forgot to set it to record, you can just press here record, and you can record once or record the series. If you want to see your planner, you could do that. I have never managed to do it. It's never managed to find my Skybox, which is such a shame because I thought this would be such a good feature for me. I'm constantly recording things on my Skybox, so yeah, it's a shame that it hasn't worked for me. So if you've got any tips on how to make this work, I just can't seem to find my Skybox. But yeah, that's another feature. Then I've got my days, which I won't open because it's just a period tracker. So yeah, that's just an essential for a girl. Then I've got Dictionary, which is my favorite dictionary app, and I think it's just so easy to search for things. You've got your word of the day, and today's is frippery. I've never heard of that. Then you can also play and see how it sounds. Frippery. So you can search for words. You have a thesaurus there, which is quite good. You've got translator, pretty much everything that you need. I've got EOS Remote, and that's an app that I use for my camera, my big camera. What you can basically do, I can't do it right now because I'm filming with the camera, but if you take pictures with your big camera, you can transfer these pictures onto your phone straight away without needing to import them to a computer and then export them and all of that stuff. You can just put them straight through. And also, if you press the remote shooting button when your camera is connected, it will allow you to take pictures and see what your camera screen is seeing from your phone, which is quite handy if you're trying to focus yourself or things like that. So that's really handy. So I use this app a lot and I really like it. I've got a Canon 70D, and yeah, I'll leave the link below of the video where I showed you my camera. I've got reminders, which I use a lot as well to keep my lists and as you can see I've got old honeymoon, wedding, Christmas lists there, but at the moment I use these ones a lot more, like videos and blog posts and things that I shouldn't forget, and shopping obviously, and I just think this is really handy. Fast Balance is for my bank account to check my balance really quickly, and I use that a lot. Find Friends is an app that I've just recently downloaded. I've always known that it existed, but I never really used it because I never saw how it would be useful. But some of my friends now have got this app as well, so it's really good fun to see where they are. It is a little bit intrusive because you can see where the person is, but you can turn off your location if you don't want to be seen. But it can really come in handy when you're trying to find someone and you know that they're there but you just can't see them. So I really like that app. Duolingo is an app that I use to every so often learn a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of French and German. I've gone through the basics here in Spanish. I'm now into animals, and it's a really good app. I've tried so many language learning apps in the past because I'm really into languages. This is my favorite by far. I recommend if you like languages, and you can do more than one language. I've got, as you can see, Spanish, German, French and Portuguese. The reason why I got Portuguese, even though I can speak Portuguese fluently, is because I wanted to know if the app was actually good, and it is very good. So then moving on, I've got MyFitnessPal, which is what I use to track my calories, and I've used this app on and off for I'd say about a year now. I just find it really useful, and I've now got it connected with my other app that I'll show you in a minute. So it tracks how many paces, how many steps I have walked that day, which counts towards your exercise, and it brings down your calories automatically. So I think that was a really good addition. Today it's quite early, well it's not really, it's nearly 11 o'clock, and the only thing that I ate today was a mocha, which put me back 87 calories, which is not very good, but yeah, that's really nice. So then the next app that I was talking about is called Pacer, and it's like a pedometer app where it tracks your steps. It does really drain your battery, so if you don't want your battery to drain, turn the app off when you don't need it. But I think it's really useful, and it just shows you how many steps. Like whenever I walk, I haven't been out of the house, so I haven't walked that much, but whenever I walk I just track my steps, and you can set like a plan of how many steps you want to do. And at the moment I'm doing the couch to 10k steps, and I've done quite well on the first couple of days, but then first 3 days, but then Saturday and Sunday came and I really didn't do much over the weekend. So I'm trying to catch up today. I've got to do 9,000 steps, and I think it's really good because sometimes even if I don't leave the house, if I know I've got to do 9,000 steps, I just do a little walk around the living room whilst I'm watching a TV show instead of sitting on the sofa, and it really works. It links your calories into your MyFitnessPal, which is really good. So yeah, really like this app, and I've been really enjoying it, apart from the draining of my battery. I've been addicted to 2048 for a really long time. I've even included it in my last favorites video. It's just such an addictive game, and yeah, it's very geeky I'd say, but I really like it. I could really spend hours on this game doing nothing really when I'm watching TV. Then I've got all of my photo editing apps, and this is what I use for my Instagram. They're in order of what I use the most, and the one that I use the most is called Afterlight. As you can see, I've got my Too Faced chocolate bar palette there, and I just prefer the effects on this to Instagram effects. It's just got so much more options. You can brighten the picture, which you can't do really on Instagram without applying a filter. So these are all the controls that you would have available on your computer. All of these cool filters there: Frost, Captain, Marine, Amber, and I really like it. I think it's a really cool and very worth downloading if you're into your Instagram pictures. Another one that I've downloaded very recently is called Lightly, and I really like this app for just, you know, adding a very brightening effect, like really beachy colors, and basically you just slide up and you've got this cool effect of brightening and darkening, but it's just really soft lighting. So then I've got Pick Frame, which I use to, you know, just put like more than one picture, like a square or 3 pictures or 2 pictures side by side, and yeah, I just really like it. It's really self-explanatory. You can adjust what you want showing and what you don't want showing and turn it into a square Instagram picture. Then we've got Square Ready, which is basically to turn any photos that are not square into a square photo. You use this app to sort of like zoom out, and it will add like a white border around it so you can fit the whole picture into Instagram. So I really like this app. Then I've got Flipagram, which I use to create little videos. Very easy to create like video collages of pictures and video clips. Then we go on to the next page and the last page. I've got social. So I've got all of my social media stuff. I've got Foursquare, Skype, Google+, Pinterest and Messenger. Then I've got my TV apps, and I've got BBC iPlayer, Netflix and Chromecast. Netflix I use pretty much every day on my phone, on my iPad, on my computer. I use it on my TV and I love it. I just watch so many things. At the moment I'm watching Dexter. Chromecast is what I use to cast things like Netflix and BBC iPlayer and YouTube onto my TV, because I don't have a smart TV. So you basically just buy a little device, an HDMI device, plug it into your TV, and you can use stuff from your phone or from your computer or your iPad onto your TV. And I've got a blog post all about Chromecast, so if you're interested I'll leave the link down below. Then I've got news. I've got Sky News and Newsstand. Then this folder here called Other is things that Apple won't let me delete because it came with the phone, like stock and videos and contacts and passbook. And I don't really use these that much. And also mail, because I don't use the original mail app. I use the Gmail app, which I prefer. And FaceTime, like I said, and contacts I can access through the phone app, so I don't really need it. And then on the other page here I've got calendar, which I said that I swapped for the Fantastical, which I prefer. Find My iPhone, this app here called Word of the Day. I use it sometimes but I don't use it too often, so I put it there. Next I've got Memento, which is an app that I really like. I don't use it that often, but every so often I check on it to see what I was doing at a particular date. You just add your feeds that you want to add, like your Twitter, your Instagram, Foursquare, YouTube, or anything else, and it will pull up a feed of everything that you wrote in these places all together in one place. And it's just really cool to look back. You know, you can look back a year before and you know, you can see what you were doing, what you were writing. Then you got Dropbox, which I said that I don't use it very much anymore because I use Box. And Couple, which is an app that I used to use with my husband, but we just don't use it that much now. iBooks and Uber Facts. I use this app when I've got nothing else to do. I just scroll through the just very random facts, and yeah, some of them are quite good, others are just really rubbish, but yeah, it's a good thing to pass time if you got time to waste. And then the Insight app is sort of like our security camera in the house. We can check to see what's going on in our house, which is really good. Then I've got my blogging folder, and I've got Pages, which tracks my Facebook page for my blog. I've got WordPress, which I use to just manage my blog posts and write blog posts and things like that. And Hootsuite, which I use to schedule tweets and Facebook posts when I'm not at home and I want you guys to still see things that are going on my blog. Then on my travel folder I've got Maps, which is the Apple Maps, and I don't really like it. I much prefer the Google Maps, so I just put it here. And I've got Moves, which is an app that also tracks your steps, like the one that I showed you before, Pacer. And City Mapper is an app that allows you to plan your journey through London and sort of like the outskirts of London. So it will give you journey details, trains, buses, how long it will take you to get to where you're going. So I think it's really handy to have if you live near or around London. Then music, I've got music and Spotify, but I don't use music on my phone that much. Finance, I've got all of my financing. I've got HSBC, PayPal, my O2 account, and the HSBC Brazil. And for games, I am a very, very game addict. I've got QuizUp, Temple Run, Pet Rescue, 100 Balls, got Game Center, Toilet Time, Tippy Tap, Threes, Clash of Clans, Fireworks, Akinator and Flappy Bird. Basically, the ones that I use the most are Tippy Tap. I use QuizUp a lot, and Temple Run. If I just go through every single one of them, I'll be here forever. I think that's it. That's the end. That's everything on my phone. I hope you guys found this interesting. Let me know if you'd like to see what's on my iPad. Let me know if you've done a video like this, and leave your links down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!